Drink Show. Dad's Drink Show. Dad's Drink Show. Dad's Drink.
Oh, I gotta let it finish.
Let it roll.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Dad's Drink Show. If you didn't hear the name the first 70 times.
Yay.
We have a fun, this is going to be a string of episodes, basically. So make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. I can't wait to go into the comments for this, because this whole concept just grew organically from our Smack the Snout episode. But yes, as Jeff said, like, subscribe, hit the notification. None of that costs you a penny, folks. Just jump in, and when Jeff and I are there, you'll know. Come join us. We usually try to stay in live on Thursdays whenever the show goes live, just to kind of chat along with you guys and girls out there. So appreciate it.
Yeah, we've had some fun stuff in the live chat. So don't be shy or bashful.
No.
We've got an animal tournament. This is we have selected 16 of the most vicious killers on the planet. Now, to be clear, or to be fair, we made only land animals. Now, some of them also inhabit the sea, but we're not having whales and sharks fight lions. That doesn't really make sense, right? I mean, that's silly. So These are land animals. We selected the 16. We really stuck with like one from each species, except for cats, I suppose. But we don't have 4 different types of bear. We just have the alpha of each species. All 16, I was about to say teams, all 16 creatures were punched into something online that just randomly generated a bracket. So the seeding is absurd. Our 1 versus 16 matchup probably should be like our 1 and 2 seeds, but it is what it is. Computer did it. For the first round, we're giving home field advantage, which is kind of important because we discussed a few of the rules. Home field advantage to the lower seeded. So the 1 is the home team, 16 is the road animal. So that's important, especially in one matchup that we'll get to. They'll flip a coin live when we do it next round. Will be the next, in a future episode. We'll flip a coin so that the seeding does, the seeding's random. We don't want to give them home field throughout the whole tournament just because they got lucky.
Let's be realistic. Again, from our Smack the Snout episode, there's a lot of predators out there. And we have been conditioned to believe as humans that we are somehow superior. But when you go to the tell of the tape, well, we might have a different story in this thing.
Well, yeah, we'll with the rules that we put in place.
True.
By the way, because if there were a world war of all animals, the humans would win.
Well, we can use guns.
Guns, bombs. Yeah, it would actually be a pretty easy victory for mankind.
It wouldn't be that hard, right?
Yeah. And look, all's fair in love and war. If a hippopotamus could build a machine gun, but they can't. We're smarter. But this is hand-to-hand battle, basically. So we're going to get into it. And we're going to start with a battle that I hate to see happen in round 1. The number 1 seed, hippopotamus, which seems like a good seed for the hippopotamus.
I think that's fair.
Moose, number 16, and that's a rough draw for both of these animals, because these things are badass, both of them. I went to Canada for the only time, and I was going with a Canadian person. We were crossing the border, and I'm saying, "Oh, don't let me get killed by a polar bear." And he said, "We're not afraid of polar bears at all. Moose are the scariest things that you will ever encounter." It is important to note in this matchup, the hippo has the home field, which means we're looking at basically where the hippos live. As opposed to moose, are obviously colder conditions. So I think right off the bat, that's a factor in this matchup.
Well, I'll tell you one of my favorite things of traveling across the country. I've been lucky enough to do this in a lot of various places in my 45 years. But I remember the first time I went to Maine and I was like driving to a hotel that I was going to. And it was the first time that I saw, like, I grew up in North Carolina, South Carolina, whatever. You would see like deer crossing signs, you know, that would have like a little bouncing deer that's like, hey, a deer may be going across the road. The first time I saw a moose crossing sign, like the sign itself was just intimidating. It was just a giant rack. And the only thing that went through my head the entire time was, Jeff, if I hit a moose, like if I hit a deer, I win. I mean, the deer may stop my car for a second, but
your car's not gonna car's not gonna end up well. But
yeah. I mean, my car might get a little jacked up, but it's gonna be drivable afterwards. Should be. If you hit a moose, that may not be the case.
Oh no,
no, like, you might lose that battle.
Yeah, you'd want to go fast, I assume, but you'd probably die if you hit a moose. I think there's a good chance.
Most likely. I mean, that's just going to crush the front of a car, especially with impact. So now, but this is where it gets interesting. I think home field advantage absolutely plays a role here, because as we just saw from the video with the moose, the home field advantage involves a lot of moisture and mud, right?
Yeah.
The mud might be the deciding factor here, because I think a moose with their antlers and the head swing can do a lot of damage, but I do also think the skin's a little thicker on the hippo. So like the hippo, I mean, I don't think the antlers aren't just going to straight out, like cut the hippo. I mean, I think they take a couple shots to get in there, right? I mean, it looks leathery.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's a tough skin to penetrate. Although this looks like a baby hippo. This thing got.
Oh wait, I thought those were cuts. Those are birds just chilling on it. Wow.
Yeah, but those are cuts. I mean, it got sliced up. So I mean, it's possible, but I don't know that the moose's antlers. This is a weird video. It's supposed to be a hippo fighting a lion. I'm not seeing there's a lion. Oh, here we go.
The antlers of the moose don't seem very sharp, right? I mean, not like a deer. A deer has very pointed antlers.
So I don't know that the mooses like they're not a lion. Obviously, we've seen can get through a hippo's skin, even though that hippo was obviously still alive. And this looks like a baby hippo. This is being chased by what we're watching. Not a full-sized,
Oh, no.
We're talking about the alphas of the species. So we're not talking about baby hippos fighting baby moose, although that might be adorable.
For a quick minute, in the night vision, the lion does not sleep tonight. It attacks the hippo tonight. Holy shit, there's like 8 of them.
That's what I'm saying. They need to, the lions need to attack as a pack to get a hippo. I think it looks like they should win this battle, but it takes a team of them, and this is 1v1, right? We're not talking about.
We're not talking packs and herds here.
Yeah, because frankly, a pack of hippos is going to win too. If you go at it by that angle. So you got to give some love to the moose. Look at how giant those fuckers are.
Oh my God. It's bigger than the fucking car.
But way bigger.
Yeah. I'm with you, though. I hear you. Like, it's head to head, right? That's the biggest problem here. It's like moose tend to approach head. Oh, but now he's got him down. What do you do here?
Yeah, that's my other thing is
how does the moose go for the kill?
With a hippo? Like it could easily kill a human. Could easily kill a lot. I think a lion it could easily kill.
Sure, it could just stomp a hole in their chest, right?
Yeah, a hippo is going to outweigh you. They're going to eventually be able to snap one of the moose's legs, right?
Yeah, well, I never thought this until watching this video, right? The other thing is the hippo's got a really low center of gravity. You and I are football fans. We understand. Getting low makes you hard to move, right? The hippo with those short, fat legs, like, I don't know that the moose is going to have enough to push the hippo, right?
No. No, I would guess a hippo weighs at least twice or three times as much as a moose.
Right, it's not going to move it. And then you get to the other point of those legs, right? The little front bendy knee things. You get that in the mud where the hippo lives, you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
Hippos are herbivores, but I mean, look, the moose is incredibly strong. Absolutely. I don't
a
see
shit
any
matchup for the moose.
Hang on, is there a leash on that moose? What's
No,
being
they got
drugged
tangled
behind
up
it?
in like wires and shit. Like they're
Oh,
just,
jeez.
that's the scary thing. Could you imagine how petrifying it would be if hippopotamus lived in the suburbs?
Oh my God.
Damn.
Okay, so now you see a little
these
power.
people videotaping and walking their dog.
Yeah, no chance.
So I think it's safe to say, despite, again, it's a shit draw for the moose.
It is.
I think it's safe to say that our winner in this matchup is the hippo. Are you in agreement?
I think it has to be, just simply because home field's going to play a big role in this, right? We get them in the mud, and then the other part, if the hippo gets them anywhere near water, I don't suspect that moose can swim that well. And when you have a ton of hippo laying on top of you in the water, I think you're done.
I agree. So the number one seed hippos
will move on.
We'll move on.
Almost any other animal that we have within this list, a moose would absolutely trounce, right? It's just, you're not getting past the hippo.
I think so, although we're about to enter into a matchup with another animal that I probably would say might beat the moose. All right, our 8 versus 9 matchup. The home field's not going to matter in this matchup because they live in the same place. We're going with giraffe versus elephant. This one, tough draw again. I would say for the giraffe when you're just talking about. Although a giraffe, I think, is the tallest animal in this tournament.
Yeah. And I can't take my eyes off of the gazelle. Isn't that a gazelle over there who's trying to figure out what's going on? And he's like,
can I go drink from this water? What's going on? Like, I don't know if this is going to break out into a fight or not, to be honest.
Like you guys cool? You guys cool? No, all right, I'm out. He just gets away.
I can't tell. To me, this looks like a small giraffe and a small elephant.
It does.
But maybe it's not, because I mean,
this is true, because that elephant's as big as the other elephants. But again, I love that there are all these little, like, all of these little gazelles are like chilling around the side, like everybody who pops out their camera and starts screaming "World Star, World Star, World Star." Right?
It seems, I mean, one thing I'll say is it seems like this giraffe was kind of walked away by the elephants.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, look at the one in the back, right? They're squeezing in. But again, this is kind of like our lion and hippo. Like, does an elephant, do they really need multiples to take down a giraffe? Giraffes seem like docile creatures to me, too. Like, they just don't seem like aggressive creatures. Maybe that's Disney has ingrained that in me.
Well, I think they're both herbivores. Like, neither one of them eat meat, so they're the hunted, not the hunters.
Right.
So they probably have both of them probably have a relatively. Although, no, you know what? You hear about elephants who have to be killed because they're literally ravaging villages in Africa. Don't hear that about giraffes.
That's what happens when your fucking family gets killed for ivory. Like the tusk, right? But look at, like, okay, hang on, little stand down. Look, the giraffe's being cool. Like, nah, this is cool. It's your water, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not worried about these little fuckers.
Oh,
they're really worried about the long-necked giraffe.
Yeah. These little guys are like, let me just get in this and get out. Look, now this elephant's being an asshole. He's throwing water over top of himself. Like, I ain't even going to drink it. I just like to feel refreshed.
I think it's kind of cute.
I mean, I think it's taunting.
He's cooling himself off, I think.
Sure, but it's taunting. The giraffe is like dying of thirst. And the elephant's like, I just splash it all over my body.
My favorite thing in the world was when somebody said, have you ever seen two giraffes fight?
Bro.
And I said, no. And look, like, this has to be the most fun animal fighting technique. They literally Have you ever seen this before?
No.
Isn't this
Holy-
amazing?
This is like Pokemon, dude.
They literally just swing their necks at each other.
Oh my god.
It's astounding.
Whoa! Swing and a miss. Oh. Dude,
And they
counter-punching is
basically it's
key.
like a slap fight. They take
Yeah.
you know.
Oh my god. Look,
And
as
they're-
a guy who's had neck surgery, like what the fuck are their vertebrae like? Like, I mean, how are you like that one
pretty
shot?
flexible and pretty
Yo,
tough.
they miss a lot though, right? I mean,
Well,
these
and that's
guys are-
where there's no chance they'd beat an elephant, right?
no.
You're not gonna phase an elephant by hitting it with like that.
Well,
Oh.
look, right. It's a swing and a miss. It's a counterpunch game. So if the giraffe swings and misses, the elephant just sticks a tusk in and we're done, right? I mean, because I've never petted a giraffe, but they seem very nice and fluffy. Like not fluffy, but you know, I don't think that their skin is going to be very coarse.
And there he goes.
Look, he just took the
He
dive.
knocked
though.
himself out.
He did.
He took himself out.
Yo, in this giraffe fight, I swear to you, if we were showing like a UFC telling the tape, neither one of them connected on more than 30% of their punches. No, the elephant would gouge them. Done.
Yeah, I look at we're seeing elephants fight each other. We're not like, oh, that's hilarious. It's like, oh, Jesus, these things are. Oof.
Oh,
They go at it.
dude, it's the tusk. Like, I mean, I think that might end up being the you know, how every now and then in March Madness, there's a team who could really shoot the three. I think the Tusk might be that team. You know, the Tusk might be. I mean, like you got Tusk.
Well,
I mean,
what's going to be great? I mean, we're unanimous that the elephant beats the
Oh.
giraffe here. What's going to be really exciting is next round's matchup between a hippo and an elephant.
oh,
Because those
yeah.
probably would have been if you told me to seed them, probably would have been 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm going to actually do research for this matchup. I'm going to know weights. I'm going to know.
That's gonna be
how-
tough.
Yeah, and I'm also going to be looking for elephants fighting hippos because, again, home field's not going to really matter in that matchup. They're both kind of similar into where
Right.
they where
The
they
elephant
live.
can hang in the water and it's tall enough. So, you know, here's what I'm noticing already, only 2 matchups into this, though, Jeff. Disney has skewed my views on animals for life. Like maybe it's not even Disney anymore, but what was the movie where there were the creatures that were in the jungle, or I'm sorry, they were in the zoo in Manhattan and then ended up getting out into the jungle. It's like David Schwimmer and I think Wanda Sykes did a voice, Eddie Murphy maybe.
Oh,
I don't
cartoon.
remember.
I don't know.
Hey, but it's one of those cartoons where it's like David Schwimmer played a giraffe, and so every time I look at a giraffe, I just hear Whiny Ross, and I'm like, no, he's not gonna win. No, Whiny Ross can't
Nerd.
win. Nerd. It's
Yeah,
awful.
look at the elephant. Just, I mean, look at the
dude.
size between the elephant and a lion.
I don't even. Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's a pack of lions. They're not even messing with you.
yeah, no. And we'll get to this, I'm sure, in our brackets here. But like, you know, when you get called the king of the jungle, man, that's a pretty hefty. Like, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? I mean, maybe if you had like 10 or 12 lions, I don't even know if 10 or 12 lions could take on an elephant, man. I just don't know if it can happen.
I don't know if you can see me scrolling on the bottom here because this video has chapters.
Oh, elephant versus hippo. We're gonna have to go to one later. That might be the
going back
decider.
to this video. We're not going to spoil it.
No,
I got to give it a shout out to an animal that I'm 99% sure we left out, and that's the buffalo.
Yeah,
which we probably shouldn't have.
that's
However, is that real? Oh my god!
Ooh.
All right. Well, we know elephant. Look at the
Oh!
size difference.
Oh,
That is vicious.
oh my God! There's the tusk, brother.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All right. I'm stopping this. This is
Yeah,
making me
no.
uncomfortable.
okay. So the elephant moves on. Our first upset. A number 9 beats the number 8.
Yeah.
Is it really an upset? You know.
Yeah. The elephant will be facing the hippo in round 2.
Ooh.
All right. The 4
Ooh.
versus the 13 seed. And this one, you know, there's really only a couple of these matchups because I've seen them all. that you're like, oh, this one sucks. There are a couple. So far, we have not had any. This is another tough, a gorilla versus an alligator. And by the way, crocodile or alligator, it doesn't really matter. It's the alpha, whatever.
Gorilla versus dinosaur.
In essence, that's what we're going for. So the home field is the gorilla, which is an important factor.
I think that's a big one here.
In the lake, there's zero chance, in my opinion, that other than a hippo, I don't know if anything beats a crocodile in the water.
Right.
So
the power roll.
Big lucky draw by the gorilla getting this on land, right?
Yep.
So
getting
so that is that might be the deciding factor, frankly, is home field advantage for the gorilla. You're seeing how smart gorillas are, and I know that's part of this conversation. Alligators are stupid, gorillas are not. So, but
I think that's where it comes down, man. Well, and look, it's home field. If a gorilla was asked to be waist high in water and fight an alligator, then I think the alligator has a chance. There's a bite, there's a clinch, there's a roll. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I think they drown them.
They drown them. But I think the gorilla. Every time we go to a zoo, my son always asks me what my favorite animal is. And I always end up going with gorillas or monkeys. And it's just for this reason. They really are super smart, but then like, they're so human-like that like, I just think intelligence wise, they're ahead of the game here. I think a gorilla gets behind an alligator on land and chokes him out.
I think actually I'd go a different route with it. I think that the gorilla gets behind the gator, gets it by the tail, and crushes it against trees until it's dead.
Yeah, that would work too, right? Just use it like a club. I mean, and they're, dude, again, deceptively fast. And you know better than I do with gators and crocs, but in the water, they're very scary creatures. On land, I mean, they're fast, but they're not like gecko. You know what I'm saying? They're not like lizard gecko fast, right? I mean, like they move, but they don't.
They're pretty fast. I mean, that's something we're underrating in this. These are all water attacks, of course.
Is the quickness on land? Oh, bro!
Look at how quick they are, and they are feisty. I mean, like, that's the move right there. Is just
so.
Whoever gets the jump is going to win in this matchup. I would say that if the alligator gets the first move in, I don't know if the gorilla can counter it.
The video sold me on that, Jeff, because here's the deal: is even if they're on land, if the gator was to get an arm just with a quick snap, right, and just get an arm or anything, like they're not going to let go. They're going to, like, I mean, fuck pit bulls, like gator, right? I mean, you're not going to be able to break that. I mean, look at the, like, one snap. He just got his paw. He just got a zebra paw and took him down.
It is the alligator and crocodile. It is actually not very hard to hold it closed, the mouth closed.
Right.
But to stop its snap is not possible. Like, it is so powerful closing its jaws.
And the pressure, right? I mean, if it snaps, like if it comes through to bite a gorilla, zebra, anything else, it's going to just crush that bone, right? I mean, like that initial snap is going to break whatever it just snapped, right?
That's the question in this matchup is, would it do it with a gorilla because they're so muscular?
I don't know, but I mean, Jesus, dude, either way, I mean, I think the gorilla may be able to survive it only because the gorilla is not going to get drugged back to the water. Because at the end of the day, every one of the end of these kills, oh my God, that is a zebra's jaw. Oh my God.
Yeah, if you like zebras, you're not going to like this.
Oh, I mean, dude, just anything.
Look at this is a big cat.
Yeah. Well, that's
Whoa,
just stupid.
That was a bad move.
That was a bad move. Good Lord, what were you even
by the
trying
tail?
for? Oh, by the tail. But again, pulls back. Oh, it got away.
Got
It
away.
got away.
Oh, is it giving chase though?
Oh, if it is, oh no.
Yeah, I mean these are bigger than and more scary than
Yeah, I don't.
wildebeest.
You know,
These things are probably bigger than gorillas, aren't they?
they're as big, but the thing is, again, you still have like the cow type legs, right? I mean, if you could snap that leg easily. I just think on land the gorilla is just going to be able to outmaneuver the gator.
I think that's still where I'm going with it. I think it could survive a bite,
and then just outmaneuver
it. They're both going to get the. This is going to be a matchup that takes a lot out of the opponent.
Are we going to take that into account in the second round? The gorilla's got a taped up arm. No.
But and this again, this is a tough draw because these are both really badass, scary animals.
Well, this is absolutely home field advantage because if a gorilla was asked to be again in a pond of waist deep water, the gator wins.
There's zero,
there's zero chance.
I don't think any animal except for a hippo would stand a chance.
Absolutely not.
In the water.
That initial bite, like again, can you imagine the pressure? Right? I mean, I don't even know how to relate that into anything that we have in normal life, right? But like, just like pinch yourself on something accidentally, like the little pinch.
Like a mouse trap to your pinky finger, but extrapolate that to your entire limb. Oh my God.
Literally one bite.
Strength.
And you're done. Like it's just snapped. Like that's, I mean, look, this is just a bad draw for the gator. Bad draw for the gator.
I think we're in agreement here. The gorilla is going to advance in another tough matchup. All right, our 5 versus 12 is probably the biggest mismatch of the tournament. Look, tough draw here, but in fairness, I think we can talk about this at the end. I think the honey badger is probably the weakest animal. Maybe one other animal that I think it could be. Maybe one. They're feisty little guys, but
you've heard the saying, Jeff. It's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the size of the fight in the dog, right? I mean, a honey badger really is a tough little bastard, man. I mean, look, this is a honey badger versus lions.
Yeah. And look, he's not going to kill these lions. Actually,
never mind.
He might have gotten killed.
I think. Look.
Yeah, he's
still walking them off.
This is a cage match. The home field doesn't matter, in my humble opinion.
Well, honey badger could then be like, don't they have burrows and stuff? Can't they go into the holes?
But he has to fight. Grizzly bears can't crawl through holes in the ground.
Yeah, he's not. He's
yeah.
Not
look, it would not. It would just last until the bear got its paws on the thing.
Yeah.
And again, look, it's tough. But it's not winning.
He's a plucky underdog.
Best case scenario for the honey badger in the fight we're watching against these lions is that they let him go because they're annoyed. And this is a fight to the death. This is not a just survive.
I'm annoyed,
it's not like
so
the giraffe.
Let you go.
Yeah, it's not like the giraffe that we watched earlier with the thing. And look, bears. Look, this I'm excited to watch. This. A tiger versus bear, and yeah, it's not a
boy. That's a very different fight than the honey badger.
yeah. These two might match up later because I don't.
Oh my goodness!
Grizzly bear is going to be a tough out in this tournament, despite being a 12 seed.
I mean, look, the honey badger would stick around. I'm with you, but at the end of the day, there's no. I mean, there's a lot of fight in a badger.
Look at that. Yeah, bear versus tiger. This looks like a legitimate act.
That's
the bear
where we
won.
end up.
Oh no, the tiger's still alive.
Is it?
I think.
Yo,
Damn.
look,
That's yeah. So we'll move on.
So-
this one's easy.
so I think, we talked about in like survival, videos that we did or whatever else. But I think one of the funniest things you always hear about bears is they always say like, make yourself big, right? Like make yourself big, stand up, and
that was our last episode, Jeremiah.
right. But dude,
we literally
dude,
talked about it.
these they're like 6.5, 7 foot tall. Like bear, how are you going to make yourself bigger than a bear? It's not going to happen. And
Especially
just
not a
big
fucking
dumb-
honey badger.
Right? No, honey badger loses. It just one big paw smack, I think, just takes that down. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
the
annoyance.
Power, yeah.
Right. Look, you don't want to see the honey badger in the first round because he's going to wear you down. He's going to make you play the bench. You're going to have to put a little extra effort. But you're going to win this matchup.
I don't think he even wears down a grizzly bear.
Look, I'm going back to basketball. I compare the honey badger to Princeton. Like they're not going to beat you, but they're going to backdoor cut you all day long. And you're like, dude, can you just stop? Like you're not going to win. Just go away. That's the honey badger.
Well, they're out of the way. Goodbye, honey badger.
And they're done.
I have no idea where I'm going with this one. Like this is one where I really want to do like scientific.
Oh,
what a shit matchup in the first round.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one.
Those are two. Those, yeah. All right.
Well,
let me get my videos queued up.
Yeah, I mean,
this says Tiger versus Lion, real fight to the death. And if this is actually one of them wins, I think that's good enough for me. But all right.
I'm kind of with you. Look, we kind of said at the beginning there was only going to be one of each species. So it just so happens that the 2 versus 15, the two felines meet. And Jeff, I think I bow to you on this again. If this is an actual video that neither of us have watched and it goes to the death, then represent your species, cats. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. See, here's one thing about YouTube is they don't
splice
actually
in all the other shit.
Well, they're all of the animal fight videos are lies. Like right here, we're watching. Yeah. These are two tigers fighting. Yeah, they're giving aggressiveness to tigers over lions, which I do tend to agree.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the same with tigers, but male lions, who I think typically are the best fighters, are not the hunters. The female lions are the hunters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the same with tigers, but this is a female lion fighting a tiger. It looks like.
Well, right. Okay, isn't so there that
they're at least actually showing some fighting between the two. This is, to me, this is also probably a fluke. Meaning, if you and I stood across from each other and did a slap fight,
yeah,
I'll tell you who's going to win. Whoever goes first.
Pretty much, right?
So if you get the first slap on me, every slap fight, if you've ever watched a slap fight with humans, first slap almost knocks the person unconscious. Then they get to slap the other person. They're wobbly, so they barely connect.
They're already rocked.
The second smack knocks the person out. It doesn't matter. Any full-grown adult, that's going to be whoever goes first is going to win a slap fight. Obviously, this is a little more vicious than a slap fight.
So
they're giving muscles to the tiger 5 stars to 3 stars. I think that's interesting.
I think it is too, because the other part is I tend to, maybe the whole king of the jungle thing, whatever. I tend to put a little more intelligence toward the lion, right? That the lion picks and chooses its spots, right? Do I think that the lion couldn't be the hunter? Sure, it could. But if you're going to let the lioness go hunt, let the lioness go hunt, right? Like why enforce your will until you have to, sort of thing. Tigers seem a little more ready to pounce.
I think tigers are smarter than lions.
Really?
I think they usually are a little sneakier. But maybe I'm wrong. I guess lions probably hunt similarly. I don't know. I feel like a tiger is just a little more. They seem more agile. Although we
Yes.
learned from the survival episode, lion can climb a tree like that, and a tiger can't climb a tree. I guess if we're looking at that factor, if home field's with the tiger, there's no trees there, right?
Wait, there you go. Right there's your winner.
Yep.
If you got 1,050 psi, we're done.
Yeah,
Tiger wins.
Doubling up. You're about doubling up your opponent's bite force.
And the tiger does seem more agile. It seems quicker, right? Like a lion is more methodical in its movements, but a lion is like super fast. He's like De La Hoya in his prime. Just like pop, 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 like 3 spots before you're done, right?
Yeah. What an unlucky draw for the lion, but I guess as you said, it's appropriate that the two felines
only one feline can advance.
Yeah,
and in this situation.
I think there is, and teamwork isn't relevant to our conversation, so we'll skip this part.
So
I think lions. Oh yeah, look at that.
Well, yeah, the lion. So then, how the hell does the lion become the king of the jungle?
I think because of its the beautiful look.
The mane. It's the whole.
The male lion is one of the most exquisite.
Oh my god!
Creatures. Oh wow!
Holy! Did you just see the female lion climb the giraffe's back?
And see that lion just run down? I think that's a cheetah.
Oh my god!
Oh, the gator and the lion are fighting over food.
Oh, look at this!
Notice though.
Look, the female lion is up on the giraffe's back, bro.
Yeah, well, I feel good that the giraffe lost because I feel like that's a definite.
Yeah. Oh, but see right there, I think the tiger's quicker, man. Intelligence. Let's see what they have to say.
Oh, they actually
wait.
Lions are more intelligent.
Wait.
Not by much, though. They're both
doing
smart.
The Siamese fighting. Oh no.
Well, that didn't look smart.
No, that didn't look smart at all.
No, I think if you're in agreement, I think I'm okay calling this one. I think it is. I think it's the tiger. As much as I hate to dismiss the king of the jungle.
Dude, it's explosiveness. It's the fact that I feel like when a lion moves, there's a ton of energy involved, but you see that coming, right? I just feel like the tiger is so much quicker. And it's kind of what you said at the very beginning. If you get into a slap fight, the first one who throws a slap is quite often going to win that one just because they're a step ahead. Now everything's changed. So I think the tiger is probably a little quicker than the lion. Plus, I had no idea about the PSI of the bite.
Oh yeah, the bite force that
the bite force is done, right? Like if your bite is twice as strong as the other.
Yeah.
Represent your species well.
Amen. All right. We don't even need to pause because I don't even think we need to show videos for this matchup.
No.
7-seeded humans against 10-seeded wolves. And here's the big thing. We talked about this. Home field advantage. We made a rule. This was we didn't mention this on this. If the human gets the home seed, they get to fight in their home.
Yeah.
Now, we're taking guns out of the equation, even though obviously there are more guns than people in America. We're taking guns out of the equation, but that does not take knives out of equation. That does not take lamps out of equation. That does not take anything out, anything else in your home besides a firearm. I mean, unless you have like a grenade or something. That's out of the question too. Human versus wolf. So basically this is you walk downstairs and there's a wolf there. But important to note, just one. Just one, not a pack. Not a pack. I'm going human. I think we can survive it. Because again, I think depending on your ability to get to a weapon quickly, humans in their own regard, unless the wolf goes straight at the throat, you're going to be resilient. It can rip your arm. I mean, like humans have survived shark attacks. Okay. Right. So a wolf like biting you, it's going to screw you up. You're going to lose some blood. But at the end of the day, you're going to win that fight. Humans are more resilient than they're given credit for, as far as I think so too, man. Yeah, I think the more that you actually look at this shit over time, it is. Again, I mean, how many people survive shark attacks? It's insane. So a wolf will come at you, and they'll come at you hard.
but I do think the survival instinct of a human takes over, and there's too many weapons within the house. Plus, we took away guns, but I think any other person probably has a weapon somewhere close to their bedroom. It's just who we are as a paranoid creature, right?
Well,
you have a baseball bat, you have a knife, you have something.
Yeah, kitchen knives just sitting there. You're going to jab that thing a gazillion times maybe before it kills you. Even if it gets you on your back and it's coming at you, you'll fend it off. And I don't know that wolves are much stronger. I mean, they're smaller than humans.
Yeah.
You don't want to be bit by one.
No.
And obviously you want to protect your vital organ, your arteries.
Get the neck out the way, right?
I mean, yeah. But yeah, I think we're in agreement on this one too. I think, again, now if this is in the woods, I don't know, but we don't have to worry about that.
No, but see,
but
I always
having
told you
access
before,
to your baseball bats, your knives,
your iPad, who cares? Like something to smash it in the head, right? I mean, you're gonna get through it, right? I mean, I think I told you before, my old dog rule is the Cujo rule, right? If I had a dog who went Cujo, could I survive? Right?
Yeah.
And if it goes nuts on you, you're gonna get bit. I mean, as a human, you're not coming out unscathed here. Okay.
No.
You're gonna be banged up and it's gonna be close. But at the end of the day, when the paramedics show up, you're gonna be the one still breathing.
Yeah. And look, in fairness to this competition, it's not like a surprise attack from a wolf. It would be like you're going head to head. So guess what humans could also do? Wear fucking shoulder pads. Steel-toe boots. So you kick that thing in the skull, you might kill it one shot. I feel like humans need to get some credit for ingenuity.
100%.
However, they're going to have to fight a lion, a tiger in round 2, and I don't know, even with home field, I don't think that's going to make a difference. But that's the next episode.
Yeah, I don't give a shit where you fight that battle. It can be in outer space, and you're going to lose.
A good draw for the humans in round 1, because Wolf is maybe the weakest creature. I don't know, Wolf, Honey Badger. We can worry about the consolation bracket another day.
I might say a honey badger would have a better chance than a wolf against a human.
I think so. Yeah.
Just because they're resilient and they move really quickly and they're smaller, they can just get around you faster. But I think the wolf's done.
All right, our 3 versus 14 is probably appropriately seated. Actually, at least the rhino. Rhinoceros going against, I put a cobra, but really any kind of snake. I didn't want to do the science and see what
a venomous snake.
Yeah, a venomous snake. There's two ways a snake can kill you, and this is really going to be the conversation in this matchup. There are the snakes that will strangle you to death.
Yep,
just wrap around you until you're dead, and there are snakes that will just get a bite in on you and you'll die from the venom. Now, one of the interesting, I don't know. Just look at the rhino just This is a tough matchup though from the perspective of I don't know how the rhino fights the snake. Your horn's kind of out of it, right? Or
you just got to stomp it, right? I mean,
that's my thought.
Kind of stomp it. But here's the only thing that I think the cobra might have gotten the worst draw in this whole deal. Only because, again, I don't know. Will a cobra's bite penetrate a rhino's skin? Because I've always just considered a rhino kind of like an armored tank, right? I mean, that's all bone and everything else. Are you going to get through that protective outer core to actually, but then again, you got the legs. If the cobra bites the leg, is it enough venom to take down a rhino? I don't.
Those are all legit questions that scientists should probably answer that we can't. I think looking at.
Oh my God!
By the way,
put his horn straight up that little.
Well, that's something that the horn on. I do know this from watching another video. The horn on a rhino is not like ornamental. It can
No,
tear. So if it does get the horn to the snake, that snake's cut in two.
it's done. And the horn is all like, for lack of a better term, it's like hair, right? I mean, it's like hair and shit. It's like a giant sharp dreadlock or something. Like the horn is there, but it's also like very matted around. Like, yeah, that's just really tough because I don't know. I mean, look, the cobra could easily, if it gets to an underbelly part and puts a bite in, well, we know a cobra bite will kill a human, but a rhino is like 5 times a human. So is like one shot of cobra venom going to be enough?
Right. If my son took a shot of whiskey, he would vomit or be drunk, and I can drink pint glasses full of it, and I'm fine.
And you'll be all right. Exactly. So I think at the end of the day, it's a very bad matchup for the cobra. I think if the cobra was matched with the gorilla, the lion, the tiger, giraffe, there's a whole lot of other things.
Oh, a black mamba can it kill a hippo? See, so yeah, it is a tough.
Wait a second. Wait, if it can take down a hippo,
I think a rhino and a hippo are about the same size, right?
So then I'm going to go on the outside of this one, man. I'm gonna call it. I'm going to call the upset of the 14 over the 3. That the cobra is too fast and the cobra actually gets a bite in. And if it gets a bite in and it's enough to kill a hippo, a large black mamba has enough venom to kill a hippopotamus.
But problems can occur.
Probably not inject all or enough of the venom to kill it. All right, Discovery Channel screwed me on my upset.
Yeah. I can't.
You got to get it to the bloodstream. That's the problem. It
seems like such a fluky thing that
you got to get it to the bloodstream.
Right, and it has to stay attached. And could it stay attached?
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's the other thing. This is something that you mentioned earlier about hippos being fat. Rhinos are fast. Like, we're underrating them because how portly they appear.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not nearly as quick as a snake, I wouldn't think. But
a rhino, it just looks like their skin is so thick. And you've got that horn. And let's be realistic again, just one big paw stomp, right? On the cobra. I mean, the cobra dies. I mean, maybe you get its tail and then you hit its head. But if you get one stomp on the head, it's done.
Yeah, and it'll take one shot, whereas a snake probably needs to nip at it a handful of times, right?
Correct. And if the snake is going to bite in, it's got to go hard as it possibly can to try to inject the venom. And if the teeth aren't making the connection, it's not like they can just pull their teeth back out, right? I mean, I don't think a snake's bite is as strong away as it is forward, right? You've got that snap, but you can't just like yank your teeth back out and then bite again. Like, you're kind of stuck at this point. I almost think a boa constrictor would have a better chance.
Well, and yeah, but I don't think it would win.
No.
In all, but it is interesting when you think of it could be any kind of snake. So maybe you have to consider, you have the two options of whether it could win by venom or by, just sheer strangulation. I mean, that's almost like the honey badger
100%
thing of just, it's going to be an annoying bout, but once you get a shot in, it's done.
Yeah. This one and home field means nothing at this point. I think it's just, it's a pretty bad matchup for the Cobra. Again, it's like, it's like you had a couple of 7-footers on your team in March Madness and you played Syracuse in the first round. Syracuse is really good at playing the zone, right? I mean, you're Cobra and you're going against the Rhino, bro. I mean, there's not many.
Well, a Rhino would win a basketball too.
Okay. I don't know. Charge would be a hell of a thing to take. But literally the Cobra again versus Honey Badger versus Tiger versus Lion versus even Gorilla. There's enough like soft skin for the Cobra to get into and inject the venom and you die.
Isn't it strange if we're talking human versus cobra? I feel like the conversation would be way shorter. Yet human versus rhino, a human, in my opinion, can beat a snake. Sure, snake, but
Sure.
by and large, a human's going to find a way not to die.
Right.
Whereas we're talking this long about a rhinoceros.
Yeah, the rhino crushes it.
If a rhino matched up against a human, which probably isn't going to come to fruition in our tournament, it would be the quickest. All right, the human's dead. Let's move on. Like, unless you're giving humans like military grade tanks and shit. Yeah, it's a
bro.
It is really interesting though that the difference of little things.
So Jeff, what's really
rhinoceros
funny
is moving on, right?
Yeah, we talked about the human versus like the wolf in the first round, right? And I'm just picturing myself right back here with the stairway, and it's like I know I got to come downstairs and I'm fighting a wolf. Like I could be prepared for that, right? If I knew I was coming downstairs to fight a cobra, I could be prepared for that. If I'm coming downstairs to fight a rhino, I'm just not coming down. Like, there's no reason. I don't even care with a gun. Like it's not. I guess I'd try to
run back up the stairs, hoping the rhino wouldn't be able to fit.
Yeah, maybe the legs, do they work differently? It's like,
I'm not fighting it. I'm not fighting it. That much I can guarantee.
I'll take my shot with a wolf, a cobra.
I'm wondering how the hell it got into my house. We go to our final matchup, and this is the worst matchup of all. Now I put a snapping turtle. In fairness, again, same rule as snake. Any turtle will do. I just think a snapping turtle is the most vicious.
Yeah.
Kangaroo home field advantage is obviously huge.
That's big.
Because so even saying that, we may want to replace a snapping turtle with a large tortoise as opposed to a snap. But because this would be a zero match if this was in the water. If the snapping turtle had the water
unlocked. That's done.
There we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So here's my thing. Yes, a kangaroo is going to beat a human in a boxing match.
Yes.
But does that? Those kicks! Oh my god!
Kickboxing.
Okay, here's the problem: is what do those kicks? First of all, the human popped back up.
Yeah.
As vicious as that looked. Second of all, a turtle has a shell.
Yeah.
Your kicks and your punches ain't doing shit. This will be the longest, most drawn-out battle.
Oh, God. There needs to be a time limit involved. Like, it'll go to the city. Oh, jeez.
They just go for the crowd. Okay, wait a second. I was going to say, it doesn't know it's a referee.
Right. Get off me. But dude.
This is hilarious / animal abuse.
Here's what I don't see though, is I don't see the kangaroo using its legs to stomp. Like it kicks.
It kicks, yeah.
But it doesn't stomp. And if you're a turtle, you're going to be on the ground.
Right? I mean, isn't that part of it too?
Yeah.
Especially, again, thinking of a snapping turtle opposed to a regular turtle. I think that's part of it too. And actually, in this matchup, it might be the most fitting because I just see this turtle snapping the leg. Okay.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's a snapping turtle.
There. Okay.
Yeah. I don't
that's
see
the case,
any way.
Kangaroo loses. Done. Over.
Yeah.
Finished.
Right? Okay. We're in agreement. It's just
this dinosaur right here is eating some kangaroo, dude.
Yeah, and turtles are my favorite animal, so I'm glad. I probably was gonna say they were gonna win no matter who they faced. And they can climb fences. Like turtles don't get the respect they deserve.
But dude, it's gonna be the slow. Oh, look at the little claws! I didn't even realize. Like the
snapping turtles are. I don't know if you have those where you live, although it's looking.
Well, ours don't end up that big, but the old like country adage was like if a snapping turtle bites, it doesn't let go. It's like a pit bull, right? So like if a snapping turtle bites, there was some old country adage of like not until there's lightning or some bullshit, or I don't remember what it was, but there was something about like it doesn't let go.
I have actual experience of seeing a snapping turtle not fight, but with a gator.
Mhm.
And it was not a huge alligator, and it was a big snapping turtle, to be fair. And the gator swam away as fast as it could when the snapping turtle got close.
So here's an argument that I think would have to be made. If we were to take all these animals that we just talked about, right, and we were going to do like longevity, right, the oldest of the animals, right, turtles generally live longer than any of these other
100
animals that
years,
we've
yeah.
talked about, right? They live 100 years, which means, again, like they're doing something, right? The kangaroo can't get through the shell. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
The
no,
kangaroo
there's
can
no way a
stomp the shit out of the
kangaroo
shell.
can
No chance.
kill a turtle, in my opinion. I mean,
It'd be the slowest, most boring fight in the entire world. And there's just no way for the kangaroo to hurt it. And I think ultimately,
No.
as we move forward, Jeff,
oh, was that a turtle eating a frog? Ooh.
Jeff, that is going to be one of these things moving forward is who can break the shell.
Yes, it is a turtle. Yes,
It is a turtle eating a frog.
Oh, I just got a
Like-
boner.
Like who can break the shell, right? I mean, again, sea turtles will live to 100 plus years old.
Yeah.
Swimming in the ocean with whales and sharks, right?
Yeah, there's a reason for it.
I mean, there is a protective coating over these animals, and underwater they're super fast. If they get home field advantage, who knows what could happen here? Holy shit!
yeah,
Is that a duck? That's a
gonna
duck
be,
or a goose?
Yeah,
Done.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, the kangaroo
that's going to
stands
be
no
an
chance.
interesting. That's going to be an interesting theme. Looking,
Yep.
Although, quickly, we'll preview what we're looking at for the next episode. And folks, these were all unanimous. So we're going forward with these. But
whoa, geez,
you can already in the comments. You can already give us comments for next week's matchup.
God.
We've got hippo versus elephant. We've got gorilla versus bear.
Oh.
I've already done research. I know who's going to win that one. We've got tiger versus human. Sorry, humans. Look at that pineapple.
Oh my God, dude.
And we've got, again, talk about a tough draw. We've got rhinoceros against the snapping turtle.
Oh, wow.
Now, again, we will flip a coin live on air for all 4 of those matchups to see who gets home field, right? Hippo versus elephant, probably not going to make any difference at all.
Nope.
Gorilla versus bear, also probably not.
No, probably not, yeah.
Tiger versus human, absolutely.
Big advantage. Right?
You know, it's still probably, but rhino, do they go in the water? Rhino versus snapping turtle, maybe more interesting.
I only see rhinos like in a little bit of water just to kind of cool off underneath, but I don't think they can hang underwater.
Yeah, so that coin flip might matter, although
that might matter. Like
that's what we bring you here on the Dads
and
Drink show. We show you creepy men hitting on women in clubs, and we also show you animal fight hypotheticals. And tell us why we're wrong, because I'm sure there's some zoologist who is watching this like, these idiots, they're wrong about this, that, the other. Tell us. We don't care. We know we're idiots.
Look, I wanted the honey badger to do better than he was going to do too. I mean, tell me why I'm wrong. I wanted heart to matter, but it just doesn't matter.
Honey badger, aside from wolf, I don't think had a chance. Maybe kangaroo.
I still say human. I don't know.
No. Human will win out in the end.
Look,
I think they can take a honey badger home or away.
Look, I'm saying next
again, we're talking
home field advantage will matter in the next round.
We are talking, by the way, this has to be mentioned. We are talking the alpha of the species, including humans. So we're talking about Shaquille O'Neal or something of that ilk. Not
Joe Rogan, right?
Well, I take Joe Rogan over on a wolf, yeah, but a tiger. I think I want to let. Actually, by the way, I think that's going to be part of our homework. Is we need to figure out the right human to fight the tiger.
Let's do
That's
this.
going to make a difference.
Wait, I already have an answer. It's Mike Tyson, dude. It's Mike Tyson.
No. Let us know in the
Home field
comments
advantage.
what
will play a
human you'd
little
like
bit
to
of role
see
here.
face a tiger.
Yeah, what human would you like to see face a tiger?
I think we're going to see a lot of Donald Trump and Joe Biden in the comments.
Joe Biden would lose the corn pop. Like, we can't. It's like he loses to a honey badger.
Corn pop's a bad mamma jamma.
He was. Apparently, he had like a whole like chains and wait, there were razors and look, the second round is bringing some interesting matchups. Again, if our top seeded hippo is to advance, they will need to continue running the gamut of the toughest of the tough. And yeah, let's keep this one rolling through. Let's see what we got. Fill us in the comments.
Come back for round 2, baby. Round
2.
All right.
Yep.
What's that music I hear in the background playing us off?
What?
Dad's Green Show.